Federal government gets fresh orders from US government after Sowore release. Corey Anthony Booker, a United States Senator from New Jersey, has asked the federal government to ensure the safety of the convener of #Revolution Now protest, Omoyele Sowore. Booker said this in a tweet after the release of Sowore from the custody of the Department of State Services on Tuesday. It will be recalled that the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, and his regime has been criticized from all corners for their acts of lawlessness. The DSS complied with the order granting bail to a former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired, and Sowore. Dasuki had been in the custody of the DSS since December 2015, while Sowore was forcefully rearrested on December 6th, barely 24 hours after he was released from custody that lasted over 4 months. Booker, reacting to Sowore's release, lamented that the activist was deprived of the opportunity to celebrate Christmas with his family. He tweeted, "Glad to hear that Omoyele Sowore has been released from prison, though it's unfortunate he can't join his family in New Jersey for the holidays. Now, the Nigerian government must ensure his continued safety and security as he awaits his trial and sees their concerning attack on the press." So guys, I think that this is what is really getting the presidency angry, that the international communities are just twisting the whole thing, that they are misinterpreting the whole thing, that the case before or against Omoyele Sowore is not because he's a journalist, but because he called for overthrow of a government. So it's there are two different things, that they are seeing it from the angle of okay, they really wanted to intimidate journalists and all of that, and they came out and said no, they have never shut down any media houses, they have never shut down, they have never arrested any journalists since they came on board since 2015. And people try to tell them that how can you say that, what happened to AIT and the rest. So I think that is what is really getting them angry, that why are they missing the whole thing together. They are seeing Sowore as a journalist, but they are not seeing it from the angle of a journalism, and not as a journalist, but because he called for a what is it called, revolution, and that there's no government that will allow that will sit down and somebody will say I want to overthrow you, and the government will allow such thing. That they are trying to mix up everything, they are twisting the whole thing. And also they are talking about they might even appeal that rearrest of Bush, Sowore and Dasuki, and we are still waiting for them. And one thing is that the whole world knows where these people are coming from. They are not seeing it from that angle because they know quite all right. They are all governments. They know what is obtainable. They themselves must have done their background check before coming out to say they want to talk on behalf of Sowore. Apart from that, the wife has been going around the whole world, and US cannot even joke with their citizens. Of course, Sowore might not be the citizen, but they respect that the wife and the children. And one of the senators said, the Mendez said that they will not allow the husband of their citizens and the father of their citizens, the citizens of their something like that, that the husband of their citizens and the father of their citizens to be experiencing such. And apart from that, for the fact that the government has been violating human rights in that country, and that is the way they are seeing it, they must have done their own background check before. They can't just come out, because really, if I thought that this man is what they are accusing him of, they must have done their background check and see that this is what is that is up to. They might not want to come up for him, but they have seen that all of these allegations are just lies, that the government is just angry because somebody is standing up to them, somebody is telling them the truth on ground. And also, they are now saying they know that they are attacking journalists because that is what is obtainable. You can imagine when protests, is going on, police will be there and brutalizing journalists, taking their camera away, injuring them. How many journalists are in the hospital now? A lot of protests that have taken place since Sowore case started. How many journalists have been arrested? How many journalists have been in hospital? How many journalists have been injured in the first place? Let's just even go go with that. We know what has been happening. They know what is happening. So they cannot really exonerate themselves from such, because the government will want to paint the whole thing as if, oh, they are really clean, they are really that. And just like the way they are saying that since this government came on board, they have never shut down any media house and they have never arrested any journalists. But what of when protest is going on? Many journalists, were injured. And for the fact that they are even talking about on how to regulate social media. And again, one of I don't know whether it's from the UK High Commissioner or from the US that met with I think it's from the US that met with the Senator Abdullahi Sabi, that proposed that bill, hate speech bill, that if the penalty for that hate speech bill is going to be death. When somebody is talking like that, and somebody was like, oh, does it mean the person is speaking on behalf of the government? And somebody said no, in as much the person is an APC person, so they know what they are doing, so they should stop all uh, um this camouflage that they don't know anything about it, they are not aware about the whole thing. And from all indications and from all quarters, people are saying no, it's not going to happen. So with all of those kind of a thing, you think people are not hearing, and they know where they are going to. Like I said, they are all governments, they know how all of these things play out. So nobody can bamboozle anybody. They are government and you yourself, you are government, so they know what is obtainable. So they know that there is intimidation in the land. There is intimidation in the land. They don't want people to talk. You can imagine then, if you are trying to justify yourself, what about Dasuki that has been in the custody since 2015, 4 years, 4 years, and you kept the person. People are not saying anything about it. And some of their supporters will come and say, hey, the man looted, the man do this. Good and fine. We say clap for yourselves for you to have found out all these allegations or all the sin that the man committed. Then try him, jail him, and let him start his jail term. In as much the court said, grant him bail so that he will come and be defending himself. You just can't just keep somebody there. So they don't want to say anything. They don't want to go in that route. Then what are you going to say about that? Keeping somebody at the end of the day, not that maybe there was any judgment of recent that propelled them to have released Dasuki at this period in time, and you just release him. So what happened over how many years that the court said grant this man bail so that he will continue and will be going for his trial, and you just kept him just for no reason? It's very, very unfortunate. And you think people are not seeing you. You just want people to believe what you are telling them. You think they are not seeing, you think they have not done their investigations to have come up with all these things that they are accusing you of. And the man said, and they should cease their attacks, their concerning attacks on the press. They know what is happening. How many journalists have been injured? Spoiled their cameras, and you are telling us that you don't do this and that, you don't do this and that. Who are you telling? Of course, you can't be. There are some people that will believe all those Ekokambu stories. They have done their own investigation, knowing that all the allegations against Sowore, they are all false. Just like what Falano has been saying, they are all false. All those allegations are really false. Someone says, instead of Nigerians to be praying for Nigeria, they are there praising and praying for America. Why can't you pray for your country? And somebody said, okay, why you need to embrace discipline and attitudinal change? Simple. No amount of prayer will change you unless you decide to change your wrong attitudes. Someone says, you are nothing but... Someone said, we didn't elect our leaders to start praying for them. Let them do their job properly. They get paid for job. Who pray for you? And someone replies that God has blessed our country, Nigeria, already. It is our leaders that are hindering the blessings with their greed and selfishness. Don't you get it? And it's true. People are doing the wrong thing. The country is already blessed, but some people have put themselves that they will be the one that will be enjoying the dividends of a democracy or the dividends of the land. And you are still praying that God should bless the country. The country is already blessed, but some people don't want the blessing to go round, and you expect them to be praying. What about the prayer? People have been praying. People have been praying. So what happens to all those prayers? Does it mean God is not answering prayer? He will not answer because we are not doing what we are supposed to do, because he has already blessed us. I really agree with this particular person. Someone says, US local chairman greater than Nigeria government. Where is Adeshino? He is not talking again. Why is he not talking again? And someone says, let America, let them face their problem. They can add salt to an injury. And someone says, their problems are also our own problem. And yes, no country can be island of itself. Remember, we always approach them for financial and technical aid. So we receive their goodies. We should also be disposed to receiving their advice when we are getting it wrong. Good. And someone says, so you want Americans to face their problem so you can continue with your Amajiri governance. And someone say, it's a good one, Mr. Senator, because when our so-called leaders is being ruled by terrorist cabals, anything can happen. So guys, that is just the latest. Now they have given their warning that nothing should happen to this man. Nothing should happen to him. They don't want to hear story that touch. I think enough is a word is enough for the wise. They have passed their message. I'm sure they are going to get it loud and clear. So guys, leave your comments and let us hear